All right, let's get to our next segment here. We're going to be going over the NBA Final matchup odds. So basically, what are some matchups that we can see in the NBA Finals and how likely they are to happen? The first one, and this one's just giggle-worthy, it's the Detroit Pistons versus the Golden State Warriors. There you go, Detroit Pistons fans. There's your core. Is anyone else laughing? Am I the only one that thinks that even the fact that this is on the board is absolutely hilarious? The odds, plus 9,000. The Warriors would rip this poor team to pieces. They would turn the Pistons into roller skates. Warriors in 4, complete sweep, wouldn't even be a series. On to the next one, also plus 9,000, also equally as hilarious. It's the Miami Heat versus the Golden State Warriors. I don't even know how this is a possibility. Who would ever bet money on this? Warriors in a sweep. Moving on. Don't need to talk about the Warriors taking on the Heat in a possible NBA Finals. We do have a next one, though. This one's really interesting. It's the Celtics versus the Thunder. This one would be really, really fun. I think the Celtics would be rooting for this matchup of any team in the West. I mean, they certainly don't want to go up against the Warriors. I think the Rockets would be a tough matchup. The Lakers, LeBron versus the Celtics, I think that'd be a really fun matchup. But if you're the Celtics, you want the Thunder in the finals. The things that Brad Stevens would do to Carmelo Anthony and Russell Westbrook are just not healthy for this world. Celtics taken in 5. I think that'd be a really fun series to see Russell Westbrook versus the versus the Boston Celtics. All right, we got the Raptors versus the Rockets. Maybe the most boring NBA Finals of any matchup that we have on this list. This would be a complete snooze fest. It would be a total ratings bomb. And it would just be a team who they just match up very weirdly against each other. I mean, they're kind of mirror images, except the Rockets do what the Raptors want to do way better. Plus 6,500, not a lot of chances here for the Raptors and the Rockets. What about the Raptors and the Lakers, also plus 6,500? How funny would that be? The Raptors get tortured by LeBron James for years. They finally get him out of the East. They finally make it to the NBA Finals, and they meet up with who else but LeBron James. That would be it'd be so upsetting if you're a Toronto Raptors fan. And mind you, the Raptors would obviously get swept by LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. It doesn't matter how good the Raptors' season may be, they're going against LeBron, which means they turn into the baby dinosaurs, as Colin Cowherd loves to term them, and the great meteor of LeBron James would cause an extinction event for the poor Raptors. All right, let's get to our next matchup here. We've got the Warriors taking on the Wizards, plus 4,500. Now, as you see there in my first note, the world might end before the Washington Wizards ever make it to the NBA Finals, let alone win an NBA Finals. Now they go up against the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, that's a magic trick that the Wizards would not survive. I think the Wizards would get absolutely roasted and toasted by the Warriors. Total sweep, no shot. John Wall, Bradley Beal, and Otto Porter versus, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, DeMarcus Cousins, Andre Iguodala. Oh my God, the Wizards would get absolutely annihilated. I almost want to see that happen just so I can see Wizards fans cry. Actually, that's not true. Just so I can see Ernie Grunfeld maybe get fired. All right, let's get to our next matchup here. We got the Pacers versus the Warriors. This would actually be a pretty fun matchup. I would like to see the Pacers take on the Warriors. I think this would be a really fun one. I still think the Warriors would sweep them, and I don't think it would actually be a series, but it would be fun. I mean, we get to see Victor Oladipo against the Warriors. We get to see Miles Turner, see what he can do against DeMarcus Cousins. Dougie McBuckets would be in an NBA Finals. He just got picked up by the Pacers. Don't have a terrible issue with this one, but again, this would be a sweep again for the Warriors. The next one, more Eastern Conference matchups against the Warriors. We got the Bucks taking on the Warriors, plus 4,500. This would be great for the NBA. Mostly because you get Giannis in the finals. That's great for the international basketball community. This is great for the Eastern Conference to show that there's, the best player in the conference is able to make it to the finals with a okay team around him. But again, let's be honest, we all know how this NBA Finals would turn out. We know that maybe Giannis would have one crazy game like LeBron did, but we know that the Warriors would turn the Bucks into a couple of does. They would totally roast the Bucks. There'd be a hunt. All right, let's get to our next one here. Plus 2,000, the 76ers and the Rockets. All right, we're getting to a couple non-Warriors-based NBA Finals here that actually have a decent amount of likelihood to them. I know that plus 2,000 isn't exactly what you're looking for, but 76ers versus the Rockets would be a disaster for the NBA because the ratings on this matchup would be just abysmal. I mean, who would watch a Rockets 76ers Finals? I mean, I know I would, but you got to get the Celtics or the Lakers or the Warriors in the NBA Finals no matter what. I love the 76ers and what they're doing. I love what the Rockets are doing as well, but from a final standpoint, this would be a pretty bad one from a ratings perspective. I take the Rockets in 6 over the 76ers this year. I think the Sixers would take them to 6 because they don't really have a matchup for Embiid, and they don't have anyone who can defend Ben Simmons on that Rockets team with Ariza gone. All right, let's get to our next finals odd. We have the 76ers and the Lakers. Another fun rivalry that we would see rekindled. Obviously, the Celtics and Lakers will be on this list a little bit later, but LeBron versus Philly after everything that went down in free agency with LeBron maybe going to the 76ers and all this stuff. Ben Simmons, LeBron James would be a lot of great headlines. Plus 2,000 on those odds. I'd love to see the Sixers and the Lakers in the finals together. I think that would go for some really high quality drama, which is what I am always looking for. I'm always looking for drama and chaos, people. If you're ever wondering what my priorities are when it comes to sports, it is 100% unequivocally chaos. Chaos. And 76ers and Lakers would be a perfect and beautiful amount of chaos. Going through our NBA Finals matchup odds, got the Raptors, Lakers, and the Raptors, Rockets there, plus 6,500. Raptors ain't going to the finals this year, people. It is not going to happen. I want to thank Autolist for joining us here on the Cam Rogers Show today. Driving a car is fun. Car shopping should be too. Go to Autolist.com or download their top-rated app for iPhone or Android. We are going through the NBA title matchup odds right now, going through the likelihood of some matchups that we'll see to take on for the Larry O'Brien Trophy next season. We got the Raptors and the Warriors. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, do I want the Raptors and the Warriors in the NBA Finals, because this would maybe make the Raptors finally blow it up, say hello to the next great extinction event on planet Earth. The Golden State Warriors would do some nasty, unhealthy things to the Toronto Raptors as a franchise. I think the Raptors would honestly have to blow it up just out of sheer shame of getting roasted so hard by the Warriors in the NBA Finals on national television. If I'm a Raptors fan, I am hoping and praying that I don't make the NBA Finals this season. I know that's a weird thing to say, but no. I hope that I have another really good regular season, and I hope I make it to the NBA. I hope I make it to the Eastern Conference Finals and lose in 7 on a game-winning shot so I have an excuse for next year. I want nothing to do with the NBA Finals while the Warriors are involved in it. All right, let's get to the next one here. Plus 900 for the Celtics taking on the Rockets. This would be an awesome matchup. The Celtics and the Rockets played some awesome games last season, not to mention the Celtics match up really well versus Houston. I'll take the Celtics in 5 on this one at plus 900. I think you'd see a really interesting dynamic between the Celtics and the Rockets. I think it'd get kind of chippy. I'd love to see Kyrie Irving versus Chris Paul. You also have a matchup of 2 of the best coaches in all of basketball between Brad Stevens and Mike D'Antoni. It would be a lot of fun. I think that we would get a really good finals. The ratings would be good, and it would also be kind of the next step for the NBA, getting another team from the West and the East in the NBA Finals. Brand new matchup of the Celtics and the Rockets. I think it'd be really good to see. All right, we got another one here. The Celtics versus the Lakers, also plus 900. The next generation of Celtics taking on the Lakers. Kyrie versus LeBron is the new generation of the Celtics and the Lakers. Would end up being, excuse me, one of the most watched NBA Finals ever. Because Untitled, do I get a bless you from anyone in the office? Can I get a scream out on a bless you? Jesus, come on. But the Celtics taking on the Lakers, plus 900. Give me the Celtics in 6, at least for the first time that these teams match up in the finals. Look, I think eventually the Celtics and Lakers are going to match up. LeBron versus Kyrie, Celtics versus Lakers, has to happen eventually. You know, I'm sorry, I'm allergic to BS, and we have a lot of it here in the CS office. But I don't know from you guys, who's going to win the NBA title this year? Is it going to be the Warriors, or is it going to be anyone else? Give me a 1 or a 2 and give me some options. Hey, there we go. We're getting some bless yous in the comments. Thank you, guys. Glad to know that there is still some common courtesy everywhere else except for the Chat Sports office, apparently. Thanks, guys. No, but really, let me know in the comment section who you guys think is going to win the NBA titles. Get in some super chats as well. I want to hear from you guys. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Get some super chats in, and I will answer your questions live on air. All right, let's get to our next title odds here. We got the 76ers taking on the Warriors. This would be an awesome matchup. Awesome. Draymond Green versus Joel Embiid. That is must-see TV. That'd be so much fun. I'd love to see Ben Simmons on the big stage as well versus Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Maybe the 76ers have made a trade deadline move to get Kawhi Leonard for the last half of the season to make a run at the title. This would be an awesome matchup. However, you know, the Warriors would still win in 5, right? Like, I think we all need to know that the Warriors are going to win the finals this year, and they're probably going to roll over whoever they end up playing. So, Embiid versus Draymond would be awesome, but still, give me the Warriors in 5 over the 76ers. I think this would be a great series, but I don't think the Sixers actually have a chance of winning. And then finally, our number 1 NBA Finals matchup odds. We have the Celtics versus the Warriors. Plus 155, Warriors going for their 3rd straight title. And I will say this, ladies and gentlemen, the Boston Celtics might be the only team who can actually beat the Warriors. And I want to bring up their lineup here because I want to really express what the Warriors could do against the Celtics team and what the Celtics could match up as well against the Warriors. First things first, the Warriors lineup. Obviously, it's ridiculous. Obviously, it's insane. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, and DeMarcus Cousins. Maybe the best starting lineup in all of basketball. 5 All-Stars. But I do wonder how much DeMarcus Cousins really does add to this lineup from a basketball sense. We already see the Warriors go into ISO enough with Kevin Durant. What are they going to do with DeMarcus Cousins, who doesn't really pass, turns the ball over a lot, and is really only a bully around the rim? He can shoot a little bit away from the rim. He can do a little bit of work outside the perimeter, but come on, DeMarcus Cousins isn't a shooter. I mean, he's still a center. I know he can shoot, but there's a difference between being able to shoot and being a shooter. There's a big difference. Now, you see that Warriors lineup. Now let's look at the Celtics lineup. There's a lot of good matchups there for the Celtics. I think that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum can do good work against some of the Warriors stars. I think Kyrie Irving knows how to defend Steph Curry and has already outplayed Steph Curry in an NBA Finals, mind you, so we know that he could do it. Al Horford would do a great job down low defensively. The Celtics are incredibly deep with the best coach in the NBA, or at least the second best coach in the NBA at least. So look, I think the Celtics are the only team in all of basketball that could actually stand up to the Warriors and have a chance to beat them. And I'm serious. I don't think the Celtics will beat the Warriors, but if there's any teams in the NBA who could actually beat the Warriors, it's probably the Boston Celtics. So we have the Celtics at plus 155 for the NBA Finals next season.